The Nile has seen empires rise and fall. It's carried pharaohs, conquerors, and secrets darker than its depths. But tonight, it carries something else. A killer. I'm Detective Drayk, and this isn't a story about ancient curses. It's about greed, betrayal, and a murder so perfect, even the river tried to hide it. Why keep watching? Because by the end you'll realize the deadliest currents aren't in the water. They're in the human heart. The luxury steamboat Capri was supposed to be a floating paradise, gilded cabins, champagne sunsets, and 7 passengers with more secrets than the Nile has fish. Then, on the 3rd night, Helena Westcott, a British heiress and amateur archaeologist, was found dead in her suite. A single stab wound to the chest. No weapon, no fingerprints, just a blood-stained map of Egypt's lost tombs clutched in her hand. The audience, you, were with me as I stepped aboard. Remember when I pried open the locked storage closet? You thought the killer might be hiding there, didn't you? But all I found were crates of smuggled antiquities and a journal detailing Helena's discovery of a tomb rumored to hold Cleopatra's cursed emerald. They'll kill for it, she'd written. The suspects? Let's start with her husband, Charles, a charming gambler drowning in debt. Then there's Dr. Amara Khalil, an Egyptian historian who'd publicly accused Helena of looting her country's heritage. Don't forget the boat's first mate, Jonas, a man with a tattoo matching a symbol on Helena's map and a criminal record for smuggling. And finally, Lady Eleanor, Helena's sharp-tongued aunt, who stood to inherit her entire fortune. As I searched Helena's suite, you shouted, "Check the safe." Inside was a velvet pouch holding not the emerald, but a lock of hair and a faded photo of a child, Helena's secret son, given up for adoption years ago. The boy's name? Karim, a crew member. The plot thickened when Jonas was found dead the next morning, throat slit, his body dumped overboard. In his pocket, a note. Silence the boy. Karim vanished, but I found his hiding spot beneath the engine room floorboards. He confessed Helena had hired him as a spy to root out the smugglers on board. She promised to tell the world I was her son, after the emerald was hers, he said. Then Dr. Khalil collapsed at dinner, poisoned. As she gasped for breath, she pointed at Lady Eleanor. She knows. The killer's trail led to the boiler room, where I found a hidden compartment in the wall. Inside, the Cleopatra emerald, glowing unnaturally green, and a syringe filled with snake venom. But the final twist? The venom wasn't meant for Helena. It was meant for Charles. Here's what really happened. Charles had been working with Jonas to steal the emerald and frame Helena. But Helena outsmarted them. She'd swapped the real gem for a fake and hidden the truth in Karim's adoption papers. Dr. Khalil, who'd secretly been Karim's foster mother, tried to protect him. Lady Eleanor, however, had her own game. She'd poisoned Dr. Khalil to silence her, and stabbed Helena to claim the emerald and the inheritance. But the emerald's curse wasn't a myth. When I confronted Lady Eleanor in the cargo hold, she laughed, clutching the gem. It's mine now, just like her fortune. Then she convulsed. The emerald's surface was coated in residue from a toxic ancient resin. The poison Helena had planned for Charles had already doomed them all. So you see, this case was anything but simple. A gem that killed twice, a son who became a pawn, and a river that buried more than bodies. But that's the thing about the Nile. It doesn't keep secrets. It reveals them, one corpse at a time. Death on the Nile was just the beginning.